Good morning, all of you. Today we will discuss the second experiment. That is determination of resistance of a wire using meter bridge and hence to find the resistivity of the material of the wire. So here aim of the experiment is determination of resistance of the wire using meter bridge and hence to find the resistivity of the material of the wire. Principle to perform these experiments we use Wheatstone bridge principle. Apparatus are meter bridge, experimental wire, plug key, resistance box, galvanometer, battery. These are the apparatus we are going to use. Formulae used are resistance of the wire R is equals to S into L divided by 1 minus L, where S is standard resistance, L is equals to balancing length. Second formula is resistivity of the material of the wire, and it is given by rho is equals to A into R divided by capital L. You have A value, that A is nothing but what? Area of the wire. Area of the wire is pi r square since it is in a circular form. So pi r square into r divided by capital L, where r is equals to small r, that is radius of the wire, capital R is equals to resistance of the wire, and L is equals to length of the wire. So now I go for circuit diagram. So this is the meter bridge wire. It has two ends A and C. Beside to this, you get a scale to measure the balancing length. Here you have clamps here. Like this, you will get the clamps. On the clamps, you will get the knobs. These are the knobs you are having here, small knobs. This is the battery. So this is positive terminal and this is negative terminal. So this battery I connect to the plug key. This is the symbol of the plug key. From here I go to the rheostat. So this is the symbol of the rheostat. So here I connect the other terminal of the battery to the lower end of the rheostat, and this is the upper end. So upper end I connect to the C end of the meter bridge. Now already this is connected through the clamp. I come here. So here this is the right gap of the meter bridge. In the right gap I connect the standard resistance box. So this is the connection in the right gap. Here I come to the left gap. In the left gap I connect the wire whose resistivity is going to be determined. So this is the wire. Now here you have the A end, and this A end I connect to the positive terminal of the battery. So now I have not connected the galvanometer. So here at the center knob you connect the galvanometer. So this is the galvanometer. One wire you will connect to this terminal, and other wire of the galvanometer you will connect to the slider, and this slider you will slide on this wire to get the balancing length. When do you decide, or when do you take the reading of the balancing length? When you go on moving on this slide on this wire, you get zero deflection in the galvanometer. You stop sliding and take the reading. We'll go for the connections. So here this is the D point. So you will measure the balancing length from A point. So this is L, but this you will take in meter. And from here to here, total length of this wire is 1 meter. So this is L. So therefore, remaining length will be 1 minus L meter. Okay. Now we'll go for the connection. Already we have seen the circuit diagram. Here in the meter bridge you have the right gap. Okay, so in the right gap we connect the standard resistance box. So this is the standard resistance box, this is the right gap, we connect this here. Next, here at the center you have the connection of galvanometer. So we keep the galvanometer here at the center, and here in the left gap we connect the wire whose resistivity is to be determined. So this is the wire, this is the wire whose resistivity we are going to determine. Okay, and that I connect it here. So now I do the connection. So this is the wire here, this is the meter bridge wire. Next you have the clamps here. So now this is the battery, this is positive terminal, this is negative terminal. Now negative terminal I connect to the plug key. Okay, so we have the battery here. So this is the negative terminal, that negative terminal I connect to the battery. Negative terminal of the battery I connect to the plug key. So this is the plug key. Next, from the plug key I connect to the rheostat. Yes. From the plug key I connect to the rheostat. So that is lower terminal. Next, again I go to the circuit and I check here from the rheostat you will connect to C point. Okay, so that point, but from upper terminal, from the rheostat you will connect to the C point. So this is the point. Next, again here, so this is the standard resistance box. So that resistance box I connect in this right gap of the meter bridge. So here I connect. This is the standard resistance box. That standard resistance box I connect in the right gap. Next, here in the left gap I connect the wire whose resistivity is to be determined. So this is the wire whose resistivity is going to be determined. So this I connect in the left gap. That I will connect in the left gap of the meter bridge. So this wire I connect it here. Next, now I come to this A terminal and this A terminal I connect to the positive of the battery. So this is the A terminal of the meter bridge, A end, and this end I connect to the positive of the battery. So this is the positive terminal of the battery. Now I did not connect the galvanometer. Now I connect the galvanometer at the center knob. So this is the connection, one wire from here to galvanometer and from one wire galvanometer to slider. From here to here, and then one end, one terminal of the galvanometer is going to be connected to slider. So this is the slider or jockey. Stop. Before putting the key, once again you check the circuit and confirm it, and then put the key. After putting the key, what you do, you just go to the left side of the meter bridge and check the deflection. You are getting the deflection in the galvanometer, and deflection are towards left side. Now you will go to that side. So here you will come, and again you check the deflection. Again you are getting the deflection to the right side, means galvanometer must show deflection on both the sides when you change the terminals. So now I go for the first reading. Okay, so now this is the shunt resistance. So from this resistance I remove 1 ohm. So you have value here. Okay, so here you get 1 ohm. That value I note down in the tabular column. Okay, so here I have noted, this is this tabular column you have. Okay, so here 1 ohm I have written. Now for this I check the deflection. So when you get the deflection, when galvanometer shows the 0 deflection, you will stop. Now just look at here, galvanometer is coming on 30 divisions. Now I go on sliding this slider on this wire, meter bridge wire. So galvanometer needle will go on deflecting towards 0. So now just you look at here, you will understand. Yes, it is moving. Now look at here, it is moving towards what? Here 0. It is moving towards 0. When it comes on 0, you will stop and you will note the reading. So now I go on sliding this, and as soon as I get 0 deflection in the galvanometer, I stop and I take the reading. Okay, so I stop and I take the reading. So you are getting here 31. I am getting 31 here. So at 31 you are, I got at 31 you are getting 0 deflection. Okay, so this 31 is the balancing length. This 31 is the balancing length, and this length you will note down. Okay, so here I write it 0.31 because it is in meter, so therefore 0.31. Now I go for second reading. Yes. So now in the first reading I have removed 1 ohm. Now I remove 2 ohm. Okay, so this is the 2 ohm. Again I follow the same procedure. I check the deflection on both the sides. Yes, I am getting the deflection on both the sides. Now I take the balancing length. Balancing length means what? When galvanometer shows 0 deflection, you will take that length. Okay, so now check here, galvanometer is moving towards what? 0. Okay, so now I check. So now at 38 you got 0 deflection. Okay, so means balancing length is 38. Again you will write 0.38 because it is in, I have removed 2 resistance. Now again it is what, 0.38. Okay, next I go for third reading. Now 2 ohm I have removed. Now I remove 3 ohm. 3 ohm means what, 1 ohm and 2 ohm. Totally it is 3 ohm. Again I follow the same procedure. I check the deflection on both the sides. Yes, it is showing to this side. Now it is showing to this side. Okay, so now I go on sliding and I check the deflection. I now check here, you are getting the deflection. So now at 31 you are getting 0 deflection. Okay, so now this 31, at 31 you are getting 0 deflection. So now again I write this 3 ohm I have removed and 0.31. Okay, so these 3 readings you will take. Okay, now we'll do the calculation and we fill the values here. So first calculation, S is equals to 1, L is equals to 0.31. So we have R is equals to S into L divided by 1 minus L. So here S is equals to 1, L is equals to, that is 0.31 divided by 1 minus L. L is 0.31. So if I simplify, I get 1 into 0.31, that is 0.31 divided by 1 minus 0.31, that is equals to 0.69. So now this point and this point will get cancelled because 31 by 100 whole divided by 69 by 100. So opposite multiplication will take place and 100 and 100 get cancelled. So therefore indirectly I do this, point and point get cancelled. So what remains, 31 divided by 69. If you simplify, you get 0.449 ohm. This value I note it here, 0.449. Now similarly I do the second calculation. So second calculation, S is equals to 2 ohm. S is equals to 2 ohm. Next L is equals to 0.38. Here we have formula, R is equals to S into L divided by 1 minus L. So S is 2, L is 0.38 divided by 1 minus L. 1 minus L is 0.38. So if you simplify, you will get 0.76 divided by 0.62. So that is equals to 76 divided by 62. So finally you get 1.225 ohm. So here 1.225. Next I go for third calculation. Already we have this, S is equals to 3 ohm and L is equals to 0.31 ohm. So I substitute R is equals to S into L divided by 1 minus L. S is 3 ohm into 0.31 divided by 1 minus 0.31. So that is equals to 0.93 divided by 0.69. So again here point and point get cancelled. So finally you get 93 divided by 69. So finally if I calculate this, I get 1.347. 1.347. So I fill these values. Now I will calculate the mean and I fill this column. So here for mean now, mean is equals to R1 plus R2 plus R3, 3 values R1, R2, R3 divided by 3. So here you have the values, R1 is equals to 0.449 plus R2 1.225 plus 1.347 divided by 3. So if you simplify this, you get 3.021 divided by 3. So finally I get 1.007 ohm. So this is 1.007 ohm. Now I go for calculation of resistivity. Rho is equals to pi r square r 3.142 into 0.38 into this is the value of r. They will give you r is equals to 1.007 divided by l is 50 into 10 raised to minus 2. This also they will give 3.142 as it is into if I square this you will get 0.144 into square of this you will use the law of indices here. A raised to m raised to n can be written as a raised to m into n. Therefore 10 raised to minus 3 into 2, that is 10 raised to minus 6 into 1.007 divided by 50 into 10 raised to minus 2. So now I take 3.142 into 0.144 into 1.007 into 10 raised to minus 6 whole divided by 50 into 10 raised to minus 2. So I multiply these three numbers. So I get 0.455 into 10 raised to minus 6 divided by 50 into 10 raised to minus 6. So now I do the calculation of this and this indices together. So divided by 50 into 10 raised to minus 6. This 10 raised to minus 2 you will transfer to the numerator. So according to law of indices, you will get it as plus 2. So therefore, if you simplify this, you will get 0.009 into 10 raised to minus 6 plus 2 minus 4. So therefore, you shift the decimal point here. So what do you get? 0.91 into 10 raised to minus 6 ohm meter. This is the resistivity of the material of the wire. Okay. Thank you.